So at the time of this recording, the NASDAQ QQQ is currently up 0.41%, and the S&P 500 is up 0.16%. With that said, last week I told you guys that if the NASDAQ was to break above 580 and make new highs, then look for a run to 598. And then I went ahead and updated you guys and said that if this high was to be broken, then look for a run to 616, which is where, based on my analysis, we are going to see a top. Now, after we do top out, I'm looking for a pullback down to 495 and then a pullback down to 450 for the NASDAQ. For the S&P 500, I am looking for a pullback down to 574 and then a pullback down to 532. Let's now go ahead and take a look at my previous analysis on ticker symbol SMCI. So about a week ago, I told you guys that if the stock could stay above 43.60, then look for a run to $50 per share. And if the stock could get above that level, then look for a run to 52.27. Take a listen. Now to the upside, if SMCI can stay above current support, then look for a 11% run to $50 per share. And if the stock can get above this level, then look for a further run to 52.27. And looking at the current chart, you guys can see that my analysis was 100% accurate. Now, 2 days ago, I told you guys that if Tesla could break above 443, then look for a 6% run to 468. Take a listen. To the upside, if Tesla can break above 443, then I want you guys to look for a 6% run to 468. And once again, you guys can see that my analysis was on point. Now, if you're currently wondering why Tesla stock was up over 5% today before selling off, this is why. Take a listen.
Well, those who thought it would be a big quarter because, in part, the expiration of the EV tax credit drawing forward buyers, they were correct. 497,000 vehicles delivered in the third quarter by Tesla. Remember, these are global deliveries, but no doubt, I think over time, as we parse out the different regions and where the strength was, United States will be a big storyline there. 497,000 deliveries, by the way, is a record for any quarter for Tesla. In the quarter, they also produced 447,000 vehicles. And also energy deployment, a record quarter there, 12.5 gigawatt hours. That has been a strength for Tesla. For the year, they're now over 31 gigawatt hours of energy deployment. I think they did 36 last year, so they're clearly going to blow by that in the fourth quarter. But again, deliveries in the third quarter coming in at 497,000 vehicles. Guys, they report their Q2 or Q3 financials, after the bell on Wednesday the 22nd. That's when we'll hear from Elon Musk. He'll obviously be talking about deliveries, but we know what the story has been for some time with him, and it'll be that day as well when it comes to autonomous, AI, robotics. That's the main focus of what is pushing the Tesla shares right now.
Right. Phil, you brought us the Ford numbers yesterday where EVs were up almost 31. Now this. I mean, how are you sort of judging this pull forward given the tax credit expiration?
Well, we knew it would happen. And look, the Model 3 and Model Y both qualified for the federal EV tax credit of $7,500. So it was just a question of how many people wanted to get in on one of these vehicles before the expiration there. And remember, Tesla, in August, their U.S. share, I think it was about 38%. It has been coming down, but they still dominate the U.S. market. So we shouldn't be surprised that we see the surge in deliveries of 497,000.
Now, going into the rest of the video, I have some important levels for you guys to watch on ticker symbol PLTR, Palantir Technologies, and ticker symbol SMCI, Super Microcomputer. Let's go ahead and begin with Palantir, ticker symbol PLTR. So current support for Palantir is going to be at 184. If the stock cannot stay above this level, then I want you guys to look for a 4% pullback down to 178. If 178 breaks, then we're looking at a pullback to 171. And if 171 fails to hold as support, then we're looking at a further pullback down to 161. And from current price, we're looking at a decline of 13%. Now, I'm going to add, despite how things might play out at these levels, I am overall looking for a pullback down to 161 and then a pullback down to 131. Now to the upside, if Palantir can stay above current support, then I want you guys to look for a 1% continuation to 190. And if the stock can get above 190, then look for a run to 195. Above 195, the bull's next target is going to be at 205. And from current price, we're looking at a return of over 9%. Next, we have SMCI, Super Microcomputer. So SMCI's main level of support is going to be at $50 per share. If the stock cannot stay above this level, then I want you guys to look for a 9% pullback down to 47.20. And if 47.20 breaks, then we're looking at a pullback down to 45.70. And if that level failed to hold as support, then we're looking at a further pullback to 43.28. And from current price, we're looking at a decline of 17%. Now to the upside, if SMCI can stay above current support, then I want you guys to look for a 6% run to $55 per share. And if the stock can get above $55, then look for a run to $58.30. Above $58.30, the bull's next target is going to be at $62 per share. And from current price, we're looking at a return of over 18%. Overall, to the upside, I'm keeping my price target for SMCI at $72. And from current price, we're looking at a return of over 37%. Alright guys, if you like today's video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. And if you're currently watching and you're not yet subscribed, do consider subscribing. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.